Testing, testing, testing. Can you guys let me know that you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear
Perfect.
you.
What's up, Blake? What's up, Michael? How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Michael, how you doing? Michael, you have to push to talk if that's what's messing you up there. Unless you guys
No, I
can't
was
hear
running
me.
to get my little pizzas that I made for myself.
Classic. Yeah, you need those. Those are a requirement for every season-long draft. Good to hear.
Yeah,
Tyler, are you here too? Tyler is a sports guy, bro. Classic name. Let's see here. I wanted to get both of these up. By the way, we are going to get in a $10 DraftKings $1 million maker as well. So if anyone wants to jump in that, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to do both at the same time. We'll see how that fares. I figured that'd make it a little bit better for the people who are tuning in. And we'll have some people. I hope this isn't just open. Let me check the permissions on here. Everyone connect. Okay, yeah, looks like we're good to go. We'll have some people in here that are also in the season-long draft, like all of these guys talking so far. Michael and Blake. Audi has the 12th pick. He's not too happy about that. Someone said actually one of my friends texted me and said that my mic is low. You guys can hear me okay? I just turned myself up.
Yeah, it was low at the beginning, but it's good now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. It's actually a friend and my mom both text me about it, so thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. Johnny says he'll be late to the stream. We can see, as you can see, we have our draft up here, a season-long draft on Sleeper. I'm the 5th pick, and it starts here in under 2 minutes. And so I'm also going to draft this or get in this DraftKings $10 millionaire maker for whoever wants to jump in there as well. I know Blake wasn't too happy with his number 10 spot. Mike, were you okay with your spot at 4? Do you like that or no?
Yeah, I love that. I get to snipe you, and then you get to snipe me back.
Perfect. Yeah, it'll be a classic battle between us. Michael's one of my hometown friends. Been a friend of mine for a long time. Same with Sports Guy Bro. So got a couple longtime friends in here. See a couple more people joining in right now. Thanks for joining. Hayden, if you want to jump in voice channel, let me know and I can give you those permissions. If you have any interest. Oh, I might have missed. Oh no, I'm gonna join this DraftKings draft any second when the clock turns to 6. Let's see, it's gonna go. We got 50 seconds right now until I join that one. So whoever wants to get in that, and then I'll have NFL best ball chat open. I'll have all this stuff open during. I have the YouTube chat going on. So feel free to clock go turns wherever, to 6. And I'll try my best to get to everyone. All right, here we go. I think we're probably just about there. Oh, whoops. Tyler, are you in here? You should just say what's up really quick if you have your voice channel on. I see Dad and General Munchies in here. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. We're going to join this draft right now. And I think do I have to press this start draft to start the draft? Sure you want to start the draft?
I don't know if it's that button.
What's that?
I'm not sure if it's that button.
Do you see it on my screen right now? I think will commence immediately for everyone in your league. I just didn't realize I had to press it. I felt like it should just start on time. No?
No, you have to press it.
I have to press. Okay, sounds good. There we go.
Oh, it is the start draft button. That makes sense.
Who would have thought? And okay, we have Tyler, my buddy Tyler, Sports Guy Bro, in the Discord joined the first, or he joined the DraftKings contest. He got the first pick there, and ironically, I got the 5th pick in that draft as well. So it'll be interesting to see the contrast in styles from best ball to season long. We got Mike is downset hike AF.
Should I walk you through my pick?
Yeah, please do.
Is it half PPR?
It is.
All right, that doesn't change who I'm picking because I don't have the faculties to make that nuanced decision.
Tyreek Hill, nice. Yeah, that was what I was worried about with these top, or with me having the 5 pick. Those are for sure my top 4 guys right there. I think I'm just gonna go Eckler here. Not much to it. I think you make the case for Kelsey, but I feel pretty good about starting off with Eckler there. And then General Munchies goes Travis Kelsey directly after. Yeah, that's who I was deciding between at 5. And then Bijan Robinson for Johnny. Very nice. Someone's saying that he doesn't have the live stream channel. Blake, you're welcome to walk us through your pick as well. If I know the first few rounds, I'm sure will be pretty self-explanatory, but feel free to if you'd like.
Yeah, I was hoping to get Chubb, but yeah, it looks like I have to go Diggs here. Not really any other enticing picks for me.
Yeah, I think Diggs is probably where I would have gone as well. And yeah, agreed that I probably would have liked Chubb to follow me at 10. For some reason, yeah, I'm going to just try something really quick to see if we can get a guy in the Discord or in the Discord live stream. Let me do. This is riveting that I'm sorry about this, guys. I'm trying to oh, there he goes. Okay, cool. All right, I can see now, BD. You have voice channel permission too if you want to jump on at all. I think I missed my pick for DraftKings now that I'm thinking about it. But I also got Austin Eckler. So, there we go. All right. I'm going to do a better job at following along here now that we got BD in here. Here it is. Sorry. Okay, we're locked in. All right. CeeDee Lamb and Cooper Kupp and AJ Brown to round out the first and into the second round. Cooper Kupp, I feel like, has been a hot topic over the last couple days with his injury. Michael, where would you be comfortable taking Cooper Kupp?
I don't know. I feel like if he starts playing like week 2, I'm going to feel real dumb not taking him in the second. So I'd say like end of second, beginning of third.
Yeah. Blake, are you right there too?
Oh, 1 second. Sorry. Wait, what was the question?
Oh, you're good, bro. I didn't realize you're on the clock. So my fault. I'm having you double or multitask here. I was just asking where Mike thought, or where Mike would be comfortable taking Cooper Kupp, and he said end of second, beginning of the third round. Are you kind of around the same, or are you not as concerned, or where would you be comfortable taking him?
Yeah, I'd say late second, early third. That's where I've been taking him in best ball. Usually around like 19, 20.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't have much to add there. I think that it's pretty self-explanatory. If he misses 1 or 2 weeks and he comes back and he's normal Cooper Kupp, then obviously he's a steal at the end of the first round. But you're of course weighing that in with his injury risk and all that. I think there's a big concern too with the Rams as a whole. It feels like maybe a lost season for them. It just there's especially after this Cooper Kupp injury. So we'll see if at the end of the season they're competing for anything. But it wouldn't shock me if they kind of just shut everyone down. But we'll see. I guess that's why they play the games. All right, sorry, I'm trying to catch up here. Let's see. I am on the clock for both. This is stressful. And Cooper Kupp is here in the second round for best ball. I think he's just going to keep dropping. So I'm going to go Olave there. And then on the clock for this. And I was behind getting my picks in. So I'm between Garrett Wilson went. Yeah, I'm way behind. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go Jalen Waddle here. Yeah, Jalen Waddle. I don't have much to say about that pick. I was between him and Josh Jacobs. I feel in this, especially with our our roster settings here, we only start 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers. So a much more balanced approach I'll generally take when the rosters are balanced. And I would have been okay taking Josh Jacobs there as my RB2, but it's possible he makes it back around too. Who knows? And I realize I'm giving away a lot of my strategy or like who I would take by saying that. And Mike goes with Josh Jacobs right after me. So Michael, was that just based off of what I was saying, or is that who you were really going to take?
Yeah, I had my finger over Olave. And then you came in with the sauce.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't defy coach right now.
Michael's just busting my chops here. But yeah, no, I was between obviously Waddle and Jacobs, so I think that that's a good pick. And he started off with Hill and Jacobs, so very similar start, just the opposite way, but both one wide receiver and one running back. Blake, we didn't get to hear your Derrick Henry pitch. Have you been taking a lot of him in best ball? I know it's a completely different story for season long, obviously.
Well, it depends, honestly. If he falls, because he goes around like 20, I think, in best ball, so it's easier to take him, I feel like. Here, though, I was hoping to get Pollard. I really thought I was going to get him, but DT took him for me, so I felt like I should go with like a more balanced approach, like you said. I was thinking about St. Brown, but I don't know about a double wide receiver start in half PPR because I've never actually done half PPR, so I'm not sure on the best strategy.
Yeah, no, it's I feel you for sure. Yeah, I think guys like Henry and I already mentioned this with Robinson earlier. I think that those guys have a little bit more value in season long than they do in best ball. So and it's can be hard to separate those two things. And as I'm was talking there, I took Josh Jacobs in the third for our for my best ball draft. So feel pretty good because he dropped a little bit compared to where he has been going. But yeah, back to Blake. I think Henry's a great start and to pair with Diggs. And like I've mentioned a few times now, especially with our roster, if we started 3 wide receivers, it would be different. Obviously you can get the third wide receiver in there with flex, but because it is you're only required to start 2 of those positions, I like to take a much more balanced approach. So different if you could, some leagues you start 3 wide receivers and then you have a 4th flex. And then in those, I would be much more, inclined to go wide receiver heavy, and maybe still start out with a running back, in the first couple rounds. But I would be much more open to going more of like a best ball approach, if that makes sense. All right, I got to catch up on who was
Tristan,
selected.
so what are we talking about for Waddle? You gonna trade him or what?
Yeah. Audi, I'm assuming I clicked over to.
You're sharp getting Waddle. You know he's going to finish wide receiver 1 overall.
Yeah. For those that don't know, Audi is a very humble Dolphins fan. So yeah, he obviously likes the Waddle pick. But yeah, I've been taking a ton of Waddle, especially in best ball where he's been dropping a little bit. I think that's just due to his injury. But I'm not concerned about it. So I've been happily taking Waddle, buying the dip a little bit. And yeah, I'm happy. I know he's the pseudo wide receiver 2, but it's, in my opinion, more of like a 1A, 1B for an offense that I'm really excited about. And I know Audi is too.
McDaniel's like pretty honest with the media about the injuries and stuff, and he doesn't seem concerned. So he's
Yeah,
definitely going to be out there. I'm not worried about it.
yeah. Same here. Yeah, I feel the same exact way. So I'm on the clock here. I actually have I think my choice is pretty easy here, to be honest. I see T. Higgins, and he's at the top of my ranks, so I'm going to roll T. Higgins there. Again, another guy that, is technically the wide receiver 2 on his team, but, really good offense and more of the 1B to Jamar Chase's 1A. So, yeah, I like my start a lot here. A couple picks before me. Devonta Smith, Jalen Hurts, Mark Andrews, and then downside hike took ETN. I got to scroll down here a little bit to find ETN on my list. Oh, there he is. I'm joking. I like him this year.
I was listening to a podcast and someone said for some reason he was comped to Jamal Charles, and that's just been stuck in my head. I don't know if that's true, but
well, if someone says it, then technically he has been comped to Jamal Charles. So, so that must be true.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there you have it. I've been rolling with that.
I was giving Mike a hard time, but yeah, no, I like that pick. ETN was not as far down my list as I was leading on. Blake Bro is up. Jack Meat, longtime moderator in our Discord. He started Barkley, Adams, Ramondre Stevenson. Adams is a guy I've been getting a ton of, and I feel like goes later just because of his situation. But really, his situation is extremely similar to last year. You could make the case that it's even better this year because they're going to be behind a ton and throwing a ton. He put up really good numbers last year. It feels like he should be going at the end of the first round, but you can pretty routinely get him in the second round of best ball drafts now. Blake just got one guy that is like feels impossible to get in best ball drafts now, Calvin Ridley. Blake, it probably feels nice to get Calvin Ridley late in the third round, huh, compared to where he goes in best ball.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, in best ball, he would have already been way gone. But yeah, I think he's just a good pick overall. I'm a Jags fan. I live in Tampa, but I'm a Florida team fan. So always good to get a Florida team player.
Blake, I'm so happy you said that because I was literally with the NFL season starting. I was going through the teams with my girlfriend and making sure that she knows all the teams and the Jaguars came up and she was like, that's not a real team. And I go, to your credit, I don't know that I've ever met a Jaguars fan. And so Blake, you might be the first one. So I'm actually really happy that you said that. I now know a Jaguars fan. And Blake's back up on the clock, or he just really didn't like what I said. So so he's choosing to ignore me. Either way.
Sorry, no, I'm just on the clock.
No, you're good, bro. I'm giving you a hard time. Please take your. That's way more important than our what we got going on here. I took. I'll check in on my best ball team here. I took Amari Cooper in the last run. So we started off Eckler, Olave, Jacobs, and Cooper, and I'm back on the clock here. And I think I'm between. I really like Christian Kirk this year, and he's a few spots behind ADP. So I'm just gonna roll Christian Kirk. Already got 2 really good running backs, so just gonna beef up my wide receiver room. Yeah, let's see. Blake went with Joe Burrow. Very nice, very nice.
Oh, Tristan, I was gonna say, yeah, there's like actually a lot of people that drive around like where I live with like Jaguars stickers like on their trucks and stuff. So it's kind of funny.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm on the complete opposite side of the country, so it makes sense that I don't see as much as I should, and but yeah, that was one team. It was just funny that my girlfriend said that, because then I was like, I really don't know any Jags fans, but yeah, I'm sure Florida is probably running rampant down there. So I'm way behind on my rankings. This is proving to be a little bit harder than I had anticipated. Um, Let me see here. Make sure. Thankfully, we're doing minute long. Sorry to everyone. If this guy didn't take, oh no, he got taken. Should have known.
You're taking Fields, aren't you?
I was thinking about it. Yeah, because Burrow got taken.
I know you
So-
are. Stop wasting time.
No, I think I'm going, but I don't want to miss him. Oh
You could
man.
go with Mac Jones, the best quarterback in the AFC East.
I could have that. Honestly, Mike Williams, he's highest on my ranks. I always kind of struggle in this part of the draft. I don't feel I have a great grasp on it, but wanted to just go wide receiver there. Don't feel great about my options, and there goes downset hike. Blake, whoever you or I say before downset hikes pick, he's just gonna take. But yeah,
It's not true. That's slanderous. It happened once.
Yep. So I'm gonna stay on top of this a little bit better, so I'm not scrambling. Let's see, Damian Pierce, Justin Fields. All right, I believe I'm caught up here. I wish you could import rankings onto Sleeper. That's probably the only downside to Sleeper that I've found so far.
Yo, my bad though. I just joined the chat like right as I was making my picks. You had mentioned Cup. I don't know if you were talking to me and I like didn't answer, but
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, you're good. I honestly don't even remember what I was asking.
I think you're just saying about Cup like with his injury, like obviously wouldn't have fell that far without it, but
Oh
like,
yeah.
seasonal, you know, if I need to.
Of course, yeah. No. Thank you, Audi. I do want to. We were talking about Cup and where we would take them, and I think it's, you know, probably everyone is on the same boat. Like if he only misses a game or two, and comes back and he's the regular Cooper Cup, getting him at the end of the first is a steal. I think these guys and myself agreed that we probably wouldn't consider him until late second, but you're at the end of the first there. Sometimes you got to reach to get the guys you want. So yeah, I totally understand it, but feel free to weigh in on that, Audi, if you'd like.
I don't really know the extent, like the seriousness of it, to be honest with you. I just saw him fall and I was like, you know what, I'll take the gamble on it, because if you're not first, you're last. And if I have Cup and he's going to play most of the season for me, it's going to help me have a chance at getting first. So
Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, I like that mentality, and in season long especially, like it's best to take some risks, because all you got to do is beat 11 other people, and if you get a guy who's a top 5 pick at the end of the first round, beginning of the second, then you beat the market there. So yeah, I got no arguments with that.
this league's unique though, where you don't have a deep bench. So I mean, it's probably a lot, probably a lot worse of an idea to take him like that as early as I did in this type of league. But especially if you have a deeper bench though, like in best ball, like I don't know why you wouldn't even consider him like towards the end of the first. He's going like what, late first, early second on DraftKings now.
Yeah, now his ADP is between 11 and 12, and he's dropping more than that. Like it'll be more soon, very soon here. All right, I am on the clock here, and I think I probably want to go running back here. And I have someone in mind. Let me just make sure all these other guys are taken before I start saying names. I think I'm going to go Madison here.
This is why you should have taken Justin Fields. You would have had your running back.
That's a fair point. Fair point. Yeah, no, I there is someone that I really like that I can get pretty routinely late in drafts for season long this year. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about Madison, assuming that Minnesota's not going to sign anyone else, which it's a little late for that now. So I feel like they're probably not. So yeah, I feel pretty good about Madison. I like the role a lot. So yeah, that's who we went with as my RB2. And I'm on the clock for best ball here. Jordan Addison, I think, is who I'm going to go with. Yeah, we're rolling Jordan Addison, wide receiver 5. All right, let's catch up on this. Jack meets Terry McLaurin. Darren Waller to Johnny. J.K. Dobbins before that to General Munchies. DJ Moore just went to King Kong. Let's catch up here. And Blake, if you want to talk through your pick, feel free. DJ Moore.
I just like Judy. I don't think his injury is very serious, and he's fallen so far. Like, he used to be such a high pick. I'm pretty confident in him and the Broncos offense to bounce back this year. So I think he'll have a good year and hopefully stay injury free.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm buying the dip on him a lot, and I feel really good about it too because he wasn't someone I was drafting before the injury, and now that he's dropped a lot, I feel very good about it. So yeah, happy to take him in best ball, and I think getting him 5th round and season long is really nice as your wide receiver 3. Audi, walk us through your picks if you don't mind. Trevor Lawrence and Kyle Pitts. Really nice balanced roster here. Now has each one of his starters filled up, and then obviously can do whatever he wants at the flex.
Well, last year I went heavy receiver. I took Keenan, Metcalf, and I had Jefferson, but I had no running backs, and I was constantly trying to trade and pluck them off waivers, and it didn't work out. So kind of going for the balance build, and I'm taking the value at the turn here. Kind of sucks having to pick back to back, but Lawrence far and away, in my opinion, was the best value at quarterback. You saw how good the offense was towards the end of the year. It should just get better, especially adding Calvin Ridley and Tank Bixby. So
yeah,
figure I'd do that. I'm gonna buy low on Pitts, dude. He's still 22. Obviously, he had a bad quarterback situation last year, but pretty sure the statistic was he had literally the highest off-ball target percentage from Arietta when he's throwing the ball to him. So why not try to get that advantage at tight end? Pitts probably will never be cheaper than this, at least for the next 5 years. So figure I'd take it. Try to get that tight end advantage. I feel like he's going later than he should. So
yeah, it's very well thought out. Yeah, I like it. I'm trying to figure out how to add people to my queue, but I can't figure it out.
What's your take on Pitts on DraftKings going in the 80s? I think that's egregious personally, but
yeah, egregious, it's too late.
Yeah, I think it's far too late. Darren Waller, I used to get him in the 80s all the time, and now he's going in the 40s. I don't even touch him. I just have a ton of them from earlier drafts.
Yeah, that's
Pitts too. But Pitts, his ADP originally was 50, 60. But now it's 80s. It's dude, I'm reaching for him. I'm taking him. He's going after Goddard and stuff. I get it. Goddard's on a good team, but he's an afterthought in that offense compared to Pitts. And I know maybe they run the ball a lot. You're not going to see a lot of Pitts, but I don't know. I'm buying on the talent. Talent over situation, in my opinion. Why not take a chance on him, especially that late, given his ADP?
Yeah.
He literally almost broke a record as a rookie, and he's 22 years old. So I think there's nothing but room to grow for him. So
I'm with you. I'm with you on literally everything you said. I'm the only difference is I missed the boat on Waller. I got some of him, but I wasn't taking a lot. Now it just feels like he's going really, really high. Feels like you're paying top price for him. So yeah, I'm kind of
Danny
out.
Dimes, great value too.
Yeah, I like Danny Dimes. That's one of the guys that I had in mind
last year.
Yeah, I was really heavy on Danny Dimes. I feel like Danny Dimes and Jared Goff were the two guys that I was drafting a ton. I like Danny Dimes again this year, and then I do have one other guy that I'm not going to mention right now, but one other guy that I really like, especially for season long, because I think he goes really late.
Geno Smith.
No, yeah, it's Geno Smith adjacent. But yeah, no, not Geno.
Is somebody else talking that you're replying to, Tristan? Or are they typing in a channel that I'm not looking at?
No, can you not hear everyone, Johnny?
I hear you and Blake, but a second ago I could tell you were talking to somebody. I just couldn't tell who. Like I didn't hear any. It sounded like you were talking to yourself.
Oh, well, I tend to do that a lot, so that's definitely possible. But
Well, I mean, you're definitely replying to somebody, but I was like looking through all the channels and like, is somebody typing or?
oh no, I think Audi. I think it was Audi who was saying something. So I was probably responding to Audi. But yeah, on the channel it's me, you, Audi, and Blake and my friend Michael. So
I mean, like somebody was talking, right? Like
Yes.
not typing.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
definitely.
Well, I couldn't hear whoever it was, but I could hear you and Blake.
Well, that's all you really need to hear, to be honest. Michael doesn't really add much, and Audi just is a Homer Dolphins fan.
Fair. I'm just glad I got Discord audio to work on the first try this time.
For the
That
record,
is-
I have 0 Dolphins on my team. You're the one with the Dolphins.
That's true. That's true. I'm just giving you a hard.
Muted, dude.
Yeah, I am the one who semi reached for Waddle. So no, I'm just giving them a hard time. Michael, I already mentioned too, is a hometown friend of mine. So I don't. He doesn't mind if I take jabs at him. Isn't that right, Mike?
Yeah,
You can hear the
Yeah, I don't
enthusiasm in
know.
his voice.
I don't mind at all.
Yeah.
How late? Just a random question. How late would you take Alvin Kamara?
Alvin Kamara. Let's see. I have him just before 90. And I think that's behind ADP, so I probably wouldn't get him. I struggle with that. And the reason being is I think even when he comes back from suspension, it's going to be kind of crowded. Like I think that the rookie and then I think Jamal Williams, I think they're both going to have their piece of the pie. And so I just don't know how much. I mean, I could be totally wrong on that. How old is Alvin Kamara? He's got to be
28, I think.
28. I was going to say late 20s. And once again, I'm on the clock and I have some catching up to do. So
He hasn't played with Kamara before either, so you don't really know how that is going to gel, especially with Jamal. And then Kendrick Miller's no slouch either. He's more of a next year play, but I like getting him super late. Kendrick at least.
yeah, Johnny, you should talk on it because I know that Kamara obviously, a big reason why he was so good back in the day is Drew Brees would check off to him a ton. And it feels like that hasn't been there since Brees left. I guess we're just working off, a 1-year sample or 2-year sample. But yeah, Johnny used to, if I remember correctly, Johnny used to talk about that quite a bit. So if you have any thoughts, go ahead and weigh in there, Johnny.
I think most of that used to talk about hating Taysom Hill and how much they would give him the ball.
Yeah.
From what I have read, I don't have a lot of actual good analysis about Kamara. More like apparently he was hurt playing through an injury last season and has, feels better than ever, which, is a trope I try not to pay attention to, but seems to be some truth behind that. So I'm cautiously optimistic on him. And now it's my turn. So 1 second.
I heard one storyline where he realized one of his legs was heavier than the other.
I almost brought that up. Yeah. Did we both listen to that Established Run podcast?
Yeah, maybe. That stuff gets me hyped up. You've been an athlete your entire life and you figure out one leg's heavier, and then you're like, my entire next season is going to be different.
Yeah.
That gets my buy-in. Like, I should have just taken him. Now I'm regretting it.
It makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, because it's like if you're leaning to one side, obviously you're like closer to falling down already.
Wow, just imagine if his legs were weighed the same.
Well, that's what he did with his trainer in the offseason.
Then
Yeah,
he'd
they weigh
be-
the same now. So.
then he would be the guy who you comped to Jamal Charles.
Yeah, and then he'd almost be as good as ETN.
That's who it was. Yeah.
Hey, I didn't make that comp.
No.
I just said someone made it.
Yeah, you could probably do that for everyone. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
T.
saying?
Higgins is a lot like Jamal Charles.
Yeah, exactly. And then now I can go and say, oh, someone has made that comp before.
Yeah. And then we could do it on a podcast.
There we go. Now we're cooking.
Reach someone like me.
All right.
Dub, what do you think of my team right now?
Let's see here. Downset hike. Yes, I like it quite a bit. Obviously
From
Fields and Fields and Jacobs, me and Blake pretty much drafted for you. So obviously
I think I would have had Olave and probably Hawkinson there.
Yeah, hey. That's all right. Yeah, those would have been nice picks. Yeah, no, I think honestly it would be hard not to like anyone's first, 5 or 6 picks, but I think this is really solid. Yeah, balanced roster, have a good quarterback. Yeah, now it got me thinking that I'm going to have to start thinking quarterback, but my guy is still there. I think, yes, I see him. I'm going to get him really late. All right, who's up here? Audi's up. Audi, go ahead and walk us through your picks if you like. I see AJ Dillon. We're just trading teams now. I have the Dolphins and you have the Packers.
Never. I took AJ Dillon. I think he's.
Wait, so is Audi talking right now?
Yeah, he is. Can you not hear him, Johnny?
No, I can't. I'm able to hear everybody else. To me, it shows his Discord icon muted. Like it shows his microphone muted with a red line through it.
You might personally have him muted then, Johnny. which
might.
Would be pretty funny.
I didn't.
Actually.
If I do, it's not intentional. Let me figure it out.
Yeah, see if you can click on his name. But sorry, Audi, and he's down to 5 seconds here, so sorry if we were distracting you. But go ahead and walk us through AJ Dillon and Gabe Davis.
Well, I mean, first of all, I have Hall. You never know how often or how good he's going to start off, especially with Cook and stuff. So I figured Hall is going to be more the end of the year play. Kenneth Walker, you don't know how that platoon of running backs is going to pan out. So it's kind of nice to have an elite handcuff in AJ Dillon. There's already reports coming out, and AJ Dillon's going to get the bulk of work. And Aaron Jones, it's in that age cliff. So, they have a good offensive line. The NFC is an absolute dumpster fire compared to the AFC. And Gabe Davis, if I need to throw him in my flex, it's kind of a prayer. It's like you give me 3 points, you give me 30 and win the week. So, kind of a desperation flex play that I didn't mind. Addison, love him, love Zay Flowers and everything too. But, if I want to throw in a flex play, I kind of want it like the boomer bust type of guy, and that's going to be Gabe Davis. And then A.J. Dillon's just a really good handcuff. If anything happens to Jones, plug him in. So.
Yeah, no, I think that was very well said. I'm with you on AJ Dillon. I actually much prefer him to Aaron Jones's ADP, at least in best ball, I should say. This is only my second in a season long league, but yeah, just from where AJ Dillon goes, and honestly, I'd put him kind of in the same way I was talking about those receivers earlier, in like a 1B situation, and like Audi mentioned, it wouldn't be crazy to see him kind of take the lead in that backfield with Aaron Jones. His age, he's getting up there a little bit, and then also his style of play. He's been used much more in the pass game relative to AJ Dillon. So it'll be interesting to see how they use those guys this year.
I love that range of running backs though, with like AJ Dillon, Charbonnet, Gibson. I love Gibson too. Just like take an anchor running back in the first 1 or 2, 3 rounds, and then just hammer receivers.
Yeah.
And then take a couple of these guys later.
So much Dillon and P. Ryan and Charbonnet and Gibson, but most of those first 3.
You're
Also,
Marquise Brown, Addison so late, it's outrageous. You're just getting all these good receivers so late too. So much value.
Also, for the record, I can hear Audi now, and yes, I did somehow have him personally muted. I want to say that I did not intentionally do that at any point, Audi. I don't know how it happened. I would never do that to you.
Incredible.
But I can't get through a stream without a boomer technology moment, apparently.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
That sounds about right.
Definitely offended, but I forgive you.
Oh man, I really don't know who to go here. I think I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna create the Dolphin stack for Audi. Going Tua there.
What about CTE?
Yeah, we don't. Oh God, I'm on the clock here too.
I mean, he plays for the Chiefs.
Good one, good one. That's some deep football humor for the degenerates out there.
I regretted that I said it, but it just popped in my head. So
No, hey,
Dude, people on social media are ruthless, man.
no
They'll be throwing up
regrets.
gang signs by week 3.
Yeah, no. If you guys can believe this, my best ball draft is not going as well as I guess I have a ton of wide receivers, but drafting
I almost
two
said
at the
something.
same
I felt like
time-
it was crazy to do 2 and stream, but you know.
and stream. Yeah, I think that's where the problem is because I'm also streaming. If I was just focused on them, then it would be a lot easier. Or you know what would be a lot easier if I could import my rankings into Sleeper because I have it on a spreadsheet and I'm going through and like deleting the names as they're coming up.
I'm a sleeper thing, and so I've used it for 3 seasons in different leagues,
Yeah.
and they've had the same freaking support page that they just changed the updated date by year so that it looks like they answer the question with a new answer every year. That's we plan to implement this soon. Like, okay, how do you not have that as a feature after this long?
Yeah, no, it feels like it should, but what do I know?
Can I ask you guys a couple questions?
Please.
So Dubs versus Watson versus Reed, given their ADP, like roughly, can I just get a take on those? Just because I find it tough, and I've heard a lot of good things about Reed, and I play a lot of Dynasty, and he goes pretty late, and everybody's like loving the value for him in Dynasty. And then Best Ball seems like kind of similar thing. He's in the slot, right, or scheduled to be?
Yes. Yeah. No. I much prefer Reed, especially at his ADP. Obviously, straight up, I would go. I never know is it Dobbs or Dubs or it's my own team and I don't even know. So
Whatever you want, man.
I guess yeah, I'll call the shots. Yeah, I don't. I much prefer Reed. And part of that is because you can get him super late. The draft capital is there. Dubs never felt like a
He's not like a best ball guy. He's just like solid, maybe more so for season long, like where he's just like kind of safe, but he's not gonna like boom like Christian Watson will kind of.
yeah, no, I'm with you there, and I'm on the clock here, and I'm so far behind, but I see my guy that I really feel I can't leave the draft without, and I'm gonna take him. Anthony Richardson. I'm going back-to-back quarterbacks there.
Ooh, I want to get Johnny's take on Israel.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Irsay? Yeah, I really regret that I became a fan of the Colts.
Did he ship a whale for 20 million and then it died?
I don't know about the dying part, but he did ship one.
I'm pretty sure it died. I saw an article on Reddit.
Oh,
I didn't
God.
click on the link, but they were talking about it and had a lot of upvotes. So I was like, all right, I don't want to click on a link with that.
Must be true. Yeah, so I became a Colts fan because of Peyton Manning, and I wish that like 10-year-old me knew how much a piece of shit Jim Irsay was, because since
No, I don't know why you didn't.
since the end of the Luck era, it's just not been fun.
They wanted Waddle and Christian Wilkins for Jonathan Taylor. Man just wanted to play in Miami. Let him free.
Yeah, they really just wanted to make it known they weren't trading him, but also like they value him this much, but then they won't give him the contract. So it's like talking on both sides of their mouths. It's just
I don't blame them
nightmare.
not wanting to like sell low on him, but the reports, like multiple came out that they wanted Waddle. Like that can't be real, dude.
Yeah, it seems like we're gonna say this just to let the Dolphins know we're not actually trading him. We're just saying that, like, it's all a public deal.
Yeah.
What's the vibe I got from it?
Because like the Dolphins are freeing up so much cap space, and I was like, what's going on? They're either signing Wilkins to an extension or they're trading for Taylor to pay him. And I guess there was reports that they were going to make him like one of the highest paid running backs, which is crazy. But I'm kind of glad low-key they didn't trade for him.
Yeah, most of the reports that came out after the deadline that the Colts themselves set, I've just kind of
Well, the
played off
Packers
as
one?
like, yeah, those all seem like, of course these teams are going to say, oh, we were trying to trade for him and pay him a big contract after the time to do so has passed, right? like Packers are in on every, they were always trying to trade for a wide receiver, but they could just never
Always trying to
get
trade
it
for a
done.
tight end, then not actually doing it, and like, oh, they should draft a receiver in round 1 for Rodgers. No, just gonna draft a quarterback.
All right, guys, that's enough of the Packers slander. Let's move on. What
We started with Colt slander, so
Dude, there's so much Dolphin slander to be had. Like, I'm just baiting it.
No, for sure. I actually like I feel that there's been a lot of the Packers stuff just because I've been watching like Hard Knocks and stuff. It's the first time I've seen Rodgers in another uniform, and it's finally starting to hit me, and I'm realizing that the season might be tough. So we'll see how it goes. Audi, assuming that the Dolphins don't sign or trade for a running back, how do you and let's assume that the rookie is healthy, how do you think that split's going to break down?
don't forget they did sign Darrington Evans.
Oh,
So
actually have
big
a-
news.
I
That's
thought pretty good. Give me 1 second while I make my picks, and then I'd
Yeah,
love
no
to elaborate.
rush.
the old Derrick Henry handcuff.
Dak, I don't know why Dak's ADP is so high, but like, I'd like to take him, but I really don't need him. There's so many good quarterbacks.
In case you guys are wondering, Balls Deep said he loves the Packers slander. Oh, and Fletch, my bad, dude. I'm struggling with the I might just go on auto pick for my I'm at the end. I'm just gonna stick it out. But Fletch was wondering our thoughts on Dotson. I don't have any strong thoughts. I am curious to see how Howell does. Obviously, that's the big question mark there. So I don't really have a strong opinion on those guys. I'm kind of comfortable with them at ADP. I know Dotson has raised a little bit on for best ball purposes because of the McLaurin injury. But yeah, I don't have any strong opinions on the Commanders as a whole. Do you? We haven't heard from Blake or Michael in a while. Blake, do you have any strong opinions on Dotson or the Commanders' offense as a whole?
Yeah, I actually have been taking like a lot of. Well, I was taking a ton of Commanders when like Howell was like 180 ADP. Like I literally have like 20%. He's like my highest drafted quarterback in best ball. So, yeah, I really like that offense, especially if McLaurin's not going to play here week 1. I think Dotson's going to be a great play in DFS because he's only like 5,000, and like just in general, and they have good weapons. But yeah, I think I'm high on the Commanders' offense this year.
What's your take though with Jacoby Brisket? Because like he's a pretty credible backup. So like, how does that make you feel like about Howell though overall? Like I like Howell's upside. He's a good runner, great college pedigree, but is he gonna be able to transfer in the NFL as a 5th round pick with a good backup behind him? Like how much leeway do you think they'll give him?
I'm not quite sure, honestly. I mean, I know the coach expressed that they're confident in him and they didn't know how good he was and stuff like that. I mean, I think he'll have the opportunity to play the whole season. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm on
McLaurin has a
the.
turf toe, right?
Say it again.
McLaurin has like a turf toe injury.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael, have
That
you
can
ever had
linger.
a turf toe injury?
I've had like rug burn.
Turf toe sounds like so innocent. Like it sounds like
Yeah.
I thought, like a rug burn. I thought it was like a really bad turf injury, but no, it's when your big toe like bends so far back that the joint gets sprained.
How does that happen? Do you try to dig in like when you're changing direction on a route? and
Yeah,
then you're,
pretty.
like some.
I think it's like as you're getting tackled, like you're trying to push, and your body goes, but your big toe doesn't. Yeah,
I hope
I don't wanna think about it.
look at the turf, dude. Because like all these injuries I've seen from turf, not saying that turf only comes from turf, but isn't it like pretty statistically proven that turf makes more injuries than regular grass?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know about turf toe specifically, but yeah, in general.
Right, just in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah, I saw a thing about the players saying that turf is like the worst to play on.
Yeah, the NFL released like a study over a few years, like showing, and it was like there's no different statistical difference, and it's like you looked at it, and they actually the years they did is like 3 years worth of data, and if you included the 3 years prior to that too, then it was a statistically significant difference. So they just like really cherry picked their data.
That doesn't sound like the NFL, Johnny.
I know usually they're so like thorough, and they care about player safety. That's why we have the extra week of games every year.
Very true.
But yeah, Tristan, going back, sorry, I was on the clock when you had asked me, but regarding the Dolphins, their roster cut down day was incredibly bizarre. So they kept, I think it was 5 running backs and a fullback, and then they kept only 2 tight ends. They kept 6 receivers and like 10 offensive linemen. So it was super weird, but they have I've been actually trying to get him in best ball, but I searched him on DraftKings, he does not come up. Chris Brooks, rookie, bigger style back. He's like 225, so he's by far and away like the biggest back that the Dolphins have for goal line carries and stuff, and he's actually one of 2 healthy running backs on the roster right now. A-Chain's had the shoulder issue, Jeff Wilson undisclosed on IR for 4 weeks at least. And then you got Mostert. I think Mostert's healthy.
Yeah, isn't Ahmed still on the team, or did he not make the cuts?
So good in preseason. I watched the preseason games, and every game he just had like a couple crazy runs for like 30 plus yards.
Yeah.
It was funny. Him and Gaskin came from the same school. They showed up at the same time, and Gaskin came out of college really good, and then Ahmed just like continues to get better and better every year. He's super quick. He's kind of like an A-Chain, like not as explosive, but I think he's better in pass protection because A-Chain, that's his biggest flaw far and away, is his pass protection. So I don't think he's going to see as many snaps as people might think he is. He's great for best ball, but I don't think he's going to have as many spike weeks as you'd think, just because it's going to be hard for playing time. They have a lot of running backs they're going to rotate in. I mean, and they've been linked to every running back in the market. Jacobs, Swift, Cook, and then Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's sketchy. It's just a bad situation. So I would take the running back you can get at cost. Used to be Jeff Wilson, now he's hurt. Mostert, I see him going 30 picks ahead of ADP every draft now. So, if you can see A-Chain fall, maybe grab him. But I've been grabbing Ahmed in the last round of my drafts recently. I've been looking for Brooks, but he's not even on DraftKings, which is kind of fucked. But
yeah, Sean Tucker, the backup on the Buccaneers, is also not in DraftKings, and so I use Sean Tucker. Buccaneers backup. That's who I was talking about. Yeah. Like the same thing as this Brooks guy. But so I use established runs rankings, and so they have Sean Tucker for some reason still in the DraftKings file, and so I try and copy and paste it, and it just fucks up the entire thing because he's ranked 200 for them or 240 or something.
that's crazy. You'd think they would change it. But I mean, I guess it makes sense though, because people didn't have access like that did drafts months ago in the same tournament, didn't have access to these names. So I guess it's fair, but at the same time, it's like, this guy's on the active roster. Why can't I draft him?
Yeah, I don't know what the criteria is. I mean, he's an undrafted free agent, Tucker is, but they have other ones on the thing, so it's annoying. But it's one of the things where it's
it's too late.
We notice and care about it, but it's like, is this round 20 not having access to, the backup on Tampa Bay's running back really going to be the reason we don't win?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
weird. I mean, it's weird because they have these drafts months before the season starts, and it's like, things are going to change. Obviously, ADPs are going to change, and then players are going to get cut. Players are going to get added that are undrafted. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
Hey, while I was thinking about it, I unintentionally did this, but I also don't hate it because of the situation. But I took both Javonte Williams and Samaje Perine. Do you guys hate or love that? Because I feel like there's no in between.
If you did it in season long in this league, is that what you're talking about? I'm looking at your screen right now. Yeah. So you're good. You didn't do it in best ball, so that's like what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
I feel like I'd rather have it in best ball because then you can have whoever has the better week.
Doesn't it limit upside though?
And I guess
I mean, I don't really know.
In theory, someone did a report on this. I forget who it was, but it was, I think it was specifically for guys that both have a role, not necessarily like a bell cow and his handcuff, like a Derrick Henry and his backup. Maybe not so much this year because I know that the rookie they drafted has been making some noise, but when they both have a role, like guys like A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones, both those guys can do well in the same week, and they probably will have weeks where they're, where they really shine out individually. So in best ball, you could make the case that, it makes sense because then you don't have to worry about which one to start and which one to sit and that sort of deal. And in this case, I think if I could go back, I probably wouldn't draft them both in the same draft here. But I guess, there is the possibility that Williams gets in and he's just not it, or they're, it's closer to a 50-50 split and both guys have some value. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but if I could go back, I'd probably change it.
Yeah, I think it's better in best ball because, you're pretty much just like betting on that offense, like the Commanders backfield, the Packers backfield. I've been even doing it with the Jets. Like I think I said something about it today, taking like Hall and Cook, which is like kind of crazy, but yeah, I think it's good for best ball. I would probably want to do it in like a season long, just because like someone said, you don't really know who's going to go off that week, and if you pick the wrong guy, then you're screwed. So.
Yeah, no, I'm with you guys. It was again probably a mistake to do a best ball draft at the same time. I should have just focused on the season long, but that's okay. You live and you learn. And funny enough, my best ball team is not that good either. So, who would have thought? I'm taking, and as I'm talking, I'm taking an unstacked Mac Jones. That's how bad it's gotten.
I struggled with that pick there. That was tough.
Are you watching, Blake?
No, unfortunately, I was kind of just had the draft up on my main computer and then the talk on my phone.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, Audi went Damian Harris, Higbee, Blake, Elliott, DT, A-Chain, King Kong, Bigsby, Jack Meat, McKinnon, Cousins, Juju. My bad, go ahead.
I was just saying I didn't expect a run like that on running backs to go because I was like, I like Mostert, I like A-Chain, I like Bigsby. I don't mind McKinnon as a late end of bench stash, and then they all just went in a row. I was like,
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on the clock. So I'll take Higbee because he probably shouldn't still be there. So I took him.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, well, I only have 3 running backs, so it was just like pick your poison.
Yeah, I was hoping Higbee was gonna make it back around.
No shot.
Truthfully. Yeah, I didn't think he was. It was on a wing and a prayer.
I'll take Waddle for him. Let me know.
Yeah. I do. I might have some interest in trading one of these Broncos running backs if anyone wants one of them.
Dude, Javonte late season surge is gonna be crazy though.
Yeah, we'll see. He's
So
grown.
get hurt.
Yeah, he's grown on me a little bit. I was pretty off him to start, and now I'm buying in a little bit with the recent reports. But we'll see. I mean, P. Ryan, I know me and Johnny have talked about this. P. Ryan was the first free agent that they brought in when Sean Payton was, or after Sean Payton was announced. So it'll be interesting to see what his role
What
is
about
right off the
Mims?
bat. What's that?
Mims is interesting too.
Yeah. Yeah, Mims is very interesting, especially with the Jerry Jeudy stuff. If
like
he
an
happens to
upper-
miss.
He's like a top 10 percentile athleticism score in the combine. He's a deep threat. He's so nice in best ball. Obviously, he's going way earlier now than he used to. But
Yeah,
if you could get any earlier shares of him, you're looking really good,
for sure.
especially with the Judy injury.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that all shakes out there.
Oh, here goes the defenses.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
What's your take on Pickens and Deontay Johnson? Like, I never used to touch Pickens, and now he's going in the 50s, and I'm just like, okay, well, I didn't get him before, so why would I take him now? I
Yeah,
don't know how you
that's
feel.
I kind of agree. Like the same deal as
Kid Godwin at like 75 or something, 70.
Yeah, he's like a Waller situation for me where I wasn't getting a lot beforehand, and so it feels kind of wrong to buy at the top.
I'm surprised you weren't on Waller before.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I really regret because I like him on paper, and I feel like it's probably just the position, like the tight end position. There, I get to that spot, and I kind of do it with Goddard and Pitts, just because the wide receivers around them, I tend to really, not really like, but usually there's some guys in there that just feel better to me. So I think it's a positional thing that I missed out on. And so I'm definitely like, if I wasn't buying at 80 or 90 ADP, I can't do it at 50, or 45, wherever he's at now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't get a ton of them early, but I definitely got a decent amount of Waller early. Because, I mean, he was going tight end 7, and I
Yeah.
love Danny Jones later, too. So I was like, why would I not do this? He's good for weekly winners, too, Daniel Jones. You can stack all those Giants receivers so late. I actually just finished one where I got Arizona in the Giants stack. You get Kyler like last round.
Yeah, that's an interesting situation too. That Arizona. Does anyone feel like they're already
Dude, I
tossing
love
the
Ron
bag? Did
Ball.
you guys wait? Speaking of, did you guys see the Jonathan Gannon like hype up speech?
When was this?
Oh,
They
was
posted
that like
on their
the?
Twitter. They've
was
been
that
made
the
fun
thing,
of.
like,
It
he wants
was like
killers or
yesterday.
whatever? Was that that?
Yeah, he asked
one
if they
with
ride the
killers.
bus.
Yeah, it's like, dude. Yeah, Audi. If you, I think that was you that was saying that. If you haven't seen it, you got to go look it up. It's interesting to say the least. It's I don't know. It's really weird. Like he asked the guys, he's like, "Who drove here?" Like, and then he's like, "Who rode the bus?" He's like, "Did you have that fire in your gut?" And just
So
the
he's
way it's
being
like
off-
edited, where they like pan over to the players like listening to this, it feels like they're not really 100% there. And how could you be? I don't know. The whole thing is pretty funny.
Dude, the fact that they had to give up draft capital because they like illegally consulted like hiring him as a coach before the tampering period.
Yeah,
They gave their suspended GM a burner phone so that they could get the shitty GM's advice while he's suspended. Like, you really you want to cheat so that your bad general manager can give you advice?
What I'm seeing so far is the Colts got the better of the coordinators from the Eagles, and it looks like Arizona. I don't know. So,
Yeah, that may
if
have
they
just been
draft
dumb luck
Caleb
on the Colts.
Williams- If they draft
Um,
Caleb Williams, that franchise never trusts them with quarterbacks. Josh Rosen, top 10. Nope. Next year, Kyler Murray 101 overall. And then if they do that with Caleb Williams and Kyler, I'm never trusting them with a quarterback ever. I'm in dynasties, so it's just like something I have to consider. But you guys don't play dynasty from what I'm understanding. But I mean, they're just cycling through quarterbacks. They take top 10. If they do that with Caleb Williams too, there's just a track record of it.
Wow, the timing of that worked out really well. I took my last pick in season long and in the best ball draft, and within about a minute of each other. And I don't love either team. I'm going to be honest.
Those are usually the best ones.
Yeah, we'll trade. We'll be good.
Waddle for Higbee.
So,
Mike,
Tristan, what's your take on? Sorry, go ahead, man.
No. I was gonna say something dumb. You have a real question.
Curious, especially on DraftKings where you have the grace of the 2 extra roster spots. I feel like I'm pretty confident on when I know when to go 3 quarterback or 2 quarterback or like 3 tight end or 2 tight end. But what's kind of your threshold? Like if you have 2 tight ends in the top 15, like you're chilling, you don't need a third, or are you okay with third because they can go in the flex? Like what about quarterback? If you don't have one in the top 10, are you taking 3? Or I'm obviously the draft board comes down to it. I was just on draft earlier today, and I got Tua, and I had Carr. And I was just loading up on receivers, but it was such a weird draft where like there was a couple teams that took 4 running backs in the first like 5 picks, and then somebody went Mahomes and Allen their first 2, and then someone went like Hurts and Fields with their second and third. So I'm like trying to adapt, but just like generally speaking, when are you like kind of considering like what's the cutoff for you? When do you want to take 2 opposed to 3 tight ends and like 2 opposed to 3 quarterbacks?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's something I've given a lot of thought to, and I feel like I've narrowed it down. For quarterbacks, I am in. If my quarterback 2 is Geno Smith or before, then I'm comfortable taking 2 quarterbacks. So if I get Geno and Tua, or Geno and one of the elite guys, like I'm very comfortable just with those 2 guys. If one or both of my quarterbacks are, after Geno, that's where I'm taking 3. And that's not like a for sure thing. Sometimes I have Geno and Tua and then I get to the end of the draft and I feel comfortable with it and I can create a stack with like a late quarterback, I'm comfortable taking a third too. So it's not like a hard and fast rule, but generally, yeah, Geno's kind of the cutoff to me where I feel comfortable enough with him as my quarterback 2, and whoever is in front of him that I'm comfortable taking 2. And then tight end, I'm generally not taking a tight end early. And if my tight ends are like, if I take my first one in triple digits, I'm almost certainly taking 3. And I don't think it's crazy to go 4 if you wait really late on specifically on DraftKings, with the 20 rounds like you mentioned. So yeah, I don't really have like a player cutoff there for the tight ends. More so like triple digit ADP.
I was wondering if I should go 4. I was like, I don't know if I can do it. Like I waited so long just to tight end. Like there was a couple teams that had 4 tight ends in this random draft where you have a bunch of donators in it, and I'm just like, I don't even know how to adapt to this because it's so bizarre.
Yeah, I've done plenty of 4, but I also I'm either taking like Andrews or Waller, Hawkinson, or waiting until
Waller's going
like the Higbee range before I take my first. And if I wait until that range, then a lot of times I'll wind up with 3 or 4, usually 3 at a minimum.
Like with you and Tristan, I mean, obviously I'm not going to compare quarterbacks to tight ends, but it seems like for those positions, like if you have 2 in the top 15, then you're probably just going to grab 2 of them maybe. Like you don't need to do a third unless like there's good value. But then if you don't have 1 in the top like 12, you probably should go 3, regardless.
Yeah, that's about how I do it.
Underdog's tricky. Only 18 spots. It's like you really got to be strategic because you don't want less than like 8 receivers. You know what I mean? So then it's like, okay, well, if I do 5 running backs and then if I do 2 quarterbacks, I can maybe do 3 tight ends. Kind of just like it makes it so much different. I kind of like how unique it is when you compare Underdog to DraftKings.
Was DraftKings not unique compared to Underdog?
I mean,
I'm no, I'm kidding. I'm a mouth breathing DraftKings drafter. So.
I find it. I think it's so interesting seeing that, like comparing the ADPs, the two.
It is.
I like that DraftKings has the headshots, so I know what the players look like, and I can let that influence my decisions.
Oh yeah. What is the thing you say, Johnny? Money machine.
Monkey brain. Yeah, I see. They have all the colors whenever you're like winning and losing, like the green and the red.
Yeah, it's a better visual product for sure. All right.
Honestly, though, since they've added in the rookie headshots to DraftKings, turns out all these rookies who were just like logos, turns out they're all ugly, and now I don't want to draft them anymore. I'm not kidding. Like, I had to get over that after the first day they updated. Like, these dudes are not what I expected.
Yeah. Johnny was expecting a much hotter rookie class, apparently.
You're thinking like me now.
That's all you need.
Say it again, Mike.
I was saying, thinking like me now. I used to draft based off hottest coach. That's how I determine how high powered the offense.
Yeah.
God, like Cliff Kingsbury's not in the league anymore. You'd have Cardinals out the wazoo.
Yeah. Well, he's a Packers
I had a lot
fan
of
now.
Packers. I had a lot of Packers.
LaFleur.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
If anyone wants him, Rashi Rice is on the waiver wire in our new league. I always make it a priority to hate one of my picks and go drop him.
You already dropped him?
Yeah.
Wait, did you? You drafted him?
Yeah, I picked up Mims Jr. instead.
Let's go.
Wow. There you go, Audi. Yeah, Michael notoriously is just taking picks that he hears people mention in the chat. Because he sent me screenshots from, or he was telling me about his other home season long league, and how silly it was, for lack of a better term. And I was telling him, well, this draft's probably gonna be a little bit sharper. So yeah, I think he was just listening to us and just taking who we were talking about.
I did my redraft league on Friday, and it was on Sleeper for the first time. It's full PPR, same starting lineup as we have, except longer bench. So full PPR, and these guys take running backs like it's fucking 2000. So by the time, let's see, like by the end of the 4th round, Dobbins and Taylor were already off the board. Like that's how deep we were into the running backs.
Wow. Yeah, that's something. Yeah, my home league is similar to the running backs go really, really crazy. Sonny, are you here? Can you do the push to talk? I think my other buddy just jumped in.
Oh God.
What's that, Mike?
I said, oh God.
Yeah, I don't know. I gave him the permission, so we'll see. Would you guys have any interest in jumping in a best ball draft?
I fucking would. Yeah, dude. Did you see the Superflex?
Yeah.
Did you see the Superflex they dropped, bro? That shit is crazy.
On
You see
Underdog?
that?
Yeah, I
No,
saw it on
on
DraftKings.
bro. No, on
But-
DraftKings.
Oh, really?
The
Look at
the
that.
prizes
It's
are
purple,
they're
bro.
tiny, but they do have
It's
the
asking for you to
DraftKings
click on it.
Superflex.
Oh, it's
That shit is crazy.
Wait, what did they draw?
Oh, wait, it's daily fantasy. It's not best ball.
It's Slate, bro. Superflex Slate. That's the nuttiest shit ever.
Oh, wow. I'm
like
gonna
they
have
couldn't
to
do it for
play.
best ball. Every platform on the planet that does best ball has Superflex besides DraftKings, but they only do it for slates. Come on, man. Pick up
Yeah.
your shit.
That's interesting though. I mean, new format. It's kind of cool.
I mean, look at it. It's crazy, dude. You can get like
Yeah.
Howell and Jordan Love as your quarterbacks, and you just like load up at receiver. It's
Yeah, they just dropped that like what 2 or 3 days ago. The
Yeah.
contests are tiny right now, but I assume they're just like trying to gauge interest.
I don't know why they would do that for slate, but not for best ball though. Like FFPC's got Superflex. Obviously, Underdog's done their share.
Well, they're too busy pushing us to their casino and
I
bet
don't have it in
same
my
game
state.
parlays. Well, me neither, but that doesn't stop them from like I feel like that's where they put all their energy.
They're
Like
targeting
why
ball.
make a good DFS content whenever you could get people to do the boosted same game parlay that like Barstool is hyping up or something and just take people's money.
Tristan, you been hitting the links or what?
No, dude, I haven't been in a long time to be honest. I was actually just thinking I'd like to go before the season starts.
You
but
like
I'm not
hate it though, right? You say you play 9 because you get bored.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those things. It's like a baseball game for me. Like it's one of those things I like to do a couple times per year.
Bro.
And when I'm there, I'm like, wait, why do I like doing this a couple times per year? But every year I like to go a couple times. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, if you ever want to travel 3,000 miles like northeast, you know where to find me
For golf or for baseball?
for anything. I was actually just at a baseball game today.
Oh,
But no, I'm
gotcha,
golfing
gotcha.
a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I'd be down for both. Again,
all year, we do.
it's, and I'm more of a. That's just like my kind of humor is pretending to be depressed. So that's
Men's
I
health, man. Not true.
I don't pretend.
There's a fine line between pretending.
right, yeah. Or I've been Michael. I'll put this in words that you can understand. I've been comped to a depressed person humor before.
Hey man, I've been on Zoloft since high school, so I know all about that life.
Yo, so Tristan, have you like joined FFPC at all? Have you
No.
like, looked at it?
I've looked at it for sure. I've looked at joining
Lot of
FFPC
high
and
Lot of high
drafters.
Lot of high stakes, dude. Look at the overlay. You should make an account or at least browse it real quick. FFPC, like they
Yeah.
have season long leagues and stuff, and they do best ball, dynasty. I just joined a $750 like dynasty startup, so high stakes. But there's a ton of overlay for their season long league right now. It's through Fantasy Pros. It's
Uh-huh.
like 20,000 teams, and they have like 6,000 openings, so there's gonna be a ton of overlay.
And
I
that's
think.
best ball, right?
This like for this one that has the overlay. No, this is like regular. It's like season
I
long.
think,
So
yeah.
it's 12 teams, and then you advance after like 12 weeks. There's like a mini playoff in your league, like your division, kind of like playoffs, best ball, and then like the top 2 teams advance, and it's like a big bracket after that.
Okay.
All the information on there, like it's all detailed and everything, but like I feel like it's your bread and butter. You should definitely consider it, and it's tight end premium, so it's just something to keep in mind. Tight ends
Yeah.
get 1.5.
Yeah, it's interesting. I also was listening to someone
It's
talk
really
about
cool.
the drafters the other day.
Your first entry, if you put in a promo code, you get like 25 off your first entry. So
Oh, okay.
put in if you were to join, it's like promo like Dynasty Nerds is like a podcast list do is you just do promo code nerds in all caps.
Okay.
We'll get you like,
Yeah, we'll do.
you should look into it, dude. It's cool and it's high stakes. I feel like it's your bread and butter, and there should be tons of overlay.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're doing a promo where like if you do an entry, it's like you can get 3 teams for 1,000 or like 350 an entry. Yeah, they do a lot of high stakes stuff, but there's 5,700 teams left, and there's like 20,000 in total. So there's a ton of overlay. So I've been considering doing it. I'll send you the link if you want. But
Yeah,
I've been
no,
considering
I
it.
got it pulled up right here. Yeah, feel free to still send it my way. But yeah, no,
Try
it's
and hop in
interesting.
a Millie room on DraftKings.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, if you
down.
guys are here, let's jump into a league here. What do you guys say? We'll do in a minute 30. So we'll do 10, 12 Eastern time.
I was gonna say you didn't want to say 9/11, but then I remembered that it's it doesn't. You're not looking at the same time I am, so
Yeah,
that was just
yeah.
me.
It's yeah, we'll do just to avoid that, we'll do 9:12 Central Time, 10:12
Would you guys
Eastern
want to
time.
do? So we're doing best ball. What draft did you guys want to do?
The Millie Maker huge GPP that's probably negative BV, but it's the only draft I've entered, so
Dude,
that's
there's
all
no way
I'm gonna
that
do.
fails, right? There's no way. It
No, it's no. So I'm also in the Established Run Discord, and there's a guy in there who, like, I guess, has been keeping track of how many entries are in it each day, and like gives an update on how close it is to filling, and it's on pace to be like 85 to 90% full.
And it'll offset the rake basically.
Yeah,
Okay, that's not bad. I mean, I got to get to 20 entries for my bonus, so I'm sure Tristan's already done like 5,000 entries between like 25 accounts. So
No, not quite. I don't even think
So
I'm gonna
is that
hit
what
1,000 like I said I was.
wait, 1,000 entries in that or just in total?
Oh, just in total.
it's a
in
150
total.
max.
Dude, you're a demon. 1,000 entries.
No, I don't think I'm gonna get there. I think I'm gonna be in between
Did
8
you
and
max out
900.
the DBM 4 on Underdog?
No, I didn't. That's like I made more of an emphasis to max.
All right, go.
Yeah, I'm going
Wait,
in
enter
right
right
now.
now.
Yes.
The DraftKings big boy.
Yeah, the
Fast
$10
draft,
one.
right?
$10. Oh, I just did a slow draft. What am I thinking?
I'm
Sorry,
in.
guys.
I think I'm in. 4
I'm
of
gonna hop
12.
off, boys.
Say it again, Mike.
I'm
4 of 12
hopping off.
Underdog.
That was fun.
Oh yeah, thank you for tuning in, Mike. Good draft
for having me,
and
dude.
good
Excited
luck
for
this
it.
year.
I'm comping myself to a depressed person right now because I think this 12 team that I have, 12 team league team, is better than the 10 team league team I drafted earlier.
Oh wow. So you're
And I
calling us a bunch of scrubs, huh?
Tristan.
No,
is
I
the
think
hero.
that you guys